Hey guys, Chris Peach here, and welcome to Money Peach TV. Hey, do you remember growing up learning how to handle money? Yeah, neither do I. So that's why we're here today to make money fun again. We're going to talk about the principles in life that matter when it comes to managing your money the right way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Money Peach TV. Before we jump into this incredible episode of Money Peach TV, I want to take a second to talk to you guys about my #1 online program for showing you how to go from with money to being awesome with money, and that's Awesome Money Course. So head on over to awesomemoneycourse.com so you can see why people all over the world are taking advantage of this #1 online program for showing you how to be awesome with your money. Alrighty guys, welcome back. This is episode 3 of Money Peach TV. So glad you were here. So last episode we talked about budgeting. And this episode, we're going to talk about using cash. And what brought this idea up of using cash is I had Jill from Orlando send me an email. She had a great question. It was about using cash. She said, she feels like if she has cash, she's going to spend more of it. And in a world where cash is no longer being accepted, should she just start using her debit/credit card and stuff like that? And I thought, you know what? This is a great topic to discuss because there's something that we did with our own money that's going to blow your mind here. So let's kind of talk about this. I looked at this and I thought, there's really 7 cash myths out there. 7 myths about cash. So the first one is a lot of people out there believe that if I have cash, I'm going to actually spend more. Well, I'm here to tell you this is absolutely false. There's actually scientific research that has been done on this by Carnegie Mellon magazine. And one of the things they found that is when you use cash, when you hand over a Benjamin, the pain receptors in the brain are activated. And when you use things like your credit card or Amazon One Click or all these other things, you don't feel money and the pain receptors aren't activated. That's why so many places out there don't want you to use cash. That's why it's becoming so convenient to pay by using just a One Click or a Apple Pay or a Bitcoin or swiping a credit card or whatever it is. The easier it is for you to push something in and out versus handing over dollar bills, the less you're going to feel it and you're going to spend more. So myth #1, cash is going to cause you to spend more. False. We debunked that myth. So #2, people say, well, if I carry cash, I'm more likely to get robbed or stolen. Do robbers have x-ray vision? Are they looking inside our wallets? They're thinking the same thing you're thinking. No one's carrying cash anymore. Everybody has a debit card or a credit card or, Amazon or Apple Pay or Amazon One Click, that kind of stuff. So myth #2 is you're not going to get robbed or stolen or beaten up or anything like that because robbers don't have x-ray vision. At least I don't think they do. So debunked, myth #2. Myth #3 is, well, I'm going to get a much better deal with a credit card. All right, this myth right here bugs the crap out of me because the answer is, in the beginning, yes, you are. So I walk into Target, and every single time I go to Target or anywhere, Victoria's Secrets, Target, Best Buy, Kohl's, anywhere I go, as soon as I get ready to check out, what do I get asked? Sir, would you like to sign up for a credit card today and save 10%? Well, let me look at this. My bill is $35. So I can sign up for this credit card and I could save $3.50. Let's do it, right? Absolutely not, because like I said, going back to myth #1, as soon as I get that credit card in my pocket, the retailers out there know that I'm just going to start swiping that thing because I'm not going to feel money. So yeah, I'm going to save $3.50, but then I'm going to spend a hell of a lot more, and that's not a place I want to be at when I'm trying to manage my money and get in control of it. So myth #3, using a credit card to get a better deal, not a good plan at all. All right, myth #4. Cash is only for people like drug dealers and people that are bad people who don't want to pay taxes. Well, yeah, drug dealers do use cash for a reason, okay? But that doesn't necessarily make you a bad person for using cash. In fact, people will look at you a little crazy. So we're somebody that uses cash in just about every area of our life. So when I go to a restaurant or I go to a grocery store or we go buy anything, I pull out money and it's weird. People are like, oh my gosh, you're using cash? Yeah, I'm using cash because I understand the 4 principles I just talked about earlier about spending more and feeling money. So myth #4, you're going to be a bad person if you carry cash and it's dangerous. Wrong. Myth debunked. All right, so myth #5, if I carry cash, I'm going to lose it. So why would you lose that and not your debit card or your credit card? You know what? It's in your wallet. It's the same thing. And let me ask you this: how often are you out there losing your wallet and losing your credit card? Here's the absolute truth: you are losing money like crazy when you're using your credit card or debit card, or not your debit card, but your credit card or your Apple Pay or any of that kind of stuff, because you're not feeling money. You're just dishing it out to people that want your money, and you're just giving it to them left and right. So yes, you're losing money when you're actually not using cash, because when you hand cash, let me ask you this: what feels different? You go to the gas station and you be talking on your cell phone, pumping gas, the pump clicks. What feels different when you drive away? When you stick the card in and out and drive away? Or when you walk in and you throw a $100 bill and say, this is $100 on pump 7? What feels different? I promise you, using cash feels different. So you actually will hold on to that tighter. Studies have shown this, which is why, again, all these retailers out there want you to stop using cash and get away from it, because they know they're going to do much better if you stop using cash. So myth number 6. Well, eventually cash is going to be phased out, right? I mean, we're going to go to a system where we no longer use cash. It's going to just be all plastic. It's for security reasons. So what's going to happen to all the cash that's out there right now? Are we just going to be told it's no longer worth anything? Come on, that's crazy. So myth number 6, cash is going to be phased out. While I'm here breathing air on this earth, cash is going to be something we use. I promise you, I guarantee it. It's how the world works, okay? So myth number 6, busted. All right, myth number 7. Now this is my favorite, and this goes to Jill's question. One of the things she had said that, I don't like using cash because I just kind of feel like it's too restrictive. And I said, well, give me an example. We were emailing back and forth, and she said, well, let's say that I'm at a restaurant with friends, and the bill comes, and I only have $40 in my wallet, but the bill came in, it was $50. Well, that's why I don't like carrying cash. And I thought, that's called being an adult. That's the problem we're in. We have this unrealistic safety net that if we don't have the money, we still get it because we have this thing called a credit card. That's what causes people to live paycheck to paycheck. That's what causes people to feel broke. That's what keeps you up late at night wondering where your money went. It's that kind of behavior. So is cash too restrictive? Absolutely, and it's supposed to be. I want you to feel money. I want you to start paying attention. And I told my wife this when we first started. Let's start acting like adults, because children, they like to do what just feels good, right? Adults, if we want to do what just feels good, we're going to feel broke. So let's devise a plan and let's actually stick to it. It's called being an adult, right? So yes, it is a little restrictive, but I want it to be on purpose. So with that said, we started looking at these myths, and we started looking at the power of cash when we started getting out of debt. And I remember looking at this mind frame, and I thought, you know what? Let's start trying this whole cash system out. Let's do a little experiment on ourselves here. So we did. We picked 3 categories to use cash in, because we picked the 3 categories that we found the most trouble with managing money. And the people that I've helped one-on-one financial coaching and my Awesome Money Course students, they have the same issue with managing in 3 areas of their lives. Number 1 is groceries. We feel like, well, we deserve it. We need food. And I want you to have food, but it's crazy how groceries just change people's minds on it. It's in abundance. It's whatever we want because we want it now. Groceries is number 1. Use cash there. Number 2, I want you to use cash when you go out, have fun, go to a movie, go have a drink, go out to eat. I want you to use cash in that setting, because like Jill was saying earlier, if she goes to a restaurant, she doesn't like using cash because it's too restrictive. I want it to be restrictive. Number 3 is I want you to use cash for shopping. So when you're out there and you're shopping around, you're buying clothes, you're buying whatever, I want you to be able to do that kind of stuff. However, I want you to use cash for it so you feel it. So here's how this works in our household. On the 1st and the 15th of every month, I go to our credit union and I pull out actual cash. So I have this cash and I stick it in these things called envelopes. It sounds crazy, but follow me along here. So we have an envelope for groceries. We have an envelope for going out to eat, dining, entertainment. And we have an envelope for department stores. So when we go out to eat and we go out with a group of friends and it's $47 a couple, we pull out $47 in cash and we hand it over and we're done with it. I'm not interested in chasing points and all these reward points and miles and all that. Somebody else can go handle that. I just want to hand you the $47 and be done with it. So having cash is great, because guess what? On the 27th, 28th of the month, my wife and I say, let's go out on a date night, and we look in the envelope and there's $22 left. We're going to do a $22 date. We're not going to go out and overspend because we are starting to act like adults with our money. So when we started doing this, we noticed right away we started having a pretty large savings. It was kind of insane the amount of savings we had each month. It was close to $500 a month we were saving by using cash. So fast forward from when we started to today, if you divide that out or you multiply that out month by month by month, that's $27,000 that we have saved by simply using cash over plastic. The credit card companies, Amazon One Click, Apple Pay, they know this. They don't want you to know it. I'm going to tell you about it, all right? You will save gobs of money by using cash. That was the benefit number one. Here's benefit number two that I don't often mention, but it's super important. So right now we have two kids. I have a 6-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. All they have seen mom and dad do is hand cash over and get stuff. Hand cash over and get stuff. If you ask our son or our daughter where stuff comes from, you know what they say? Money. Because they actually see mom and dad paying with cash. This is getting ingrained in their heads. This is how they're being raised. We're not telling them you have to use cash. The whole principle more is caught than taught is demonstrated right here. So our kids now are seeing mom and dad use cash. When we get food, we use cash. When we go out and have fun, we use cash. When we buy something, we use cash. And with that said, our kids are not going to have to go out there and get their first credit card to be mature with money, okay? They're going to go out there and they're going to understand money buys stuff. And what's money? It's cash. So I will leave you with this. Start using cash. 3 categories. If you check out the show notes, go to moneypeach.com/session3. I'm going to have a list of ideas in there and some links for you guys to get started with using this cash system. I promise you, if you try it for a month, you are going to be overwhelmed and overjoyed with the amount of money you're going to save. Take care, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Money Peach TV. But before you leave, I want you to leave with a free gift. Go to moneypeach.com and please download my free budgeting form. 12,000 people as of today all over the world are using this thing every single month. I want you to be one of them as well. The number one habit of highly successful people is being proactive. Be proactive by getting on a budget. Moneypeach.com, download the budget there. And also don't forget to check out awesomemoneycourse.com, the number one online program for taking you from with your money to showing you how to truly manage your money the right way. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.